Ooh, that shit hurt. Welcome to Saturn's Lab Podcast 2024, baby. So, just real quick, welcome to the new studio. We have a new team. We have a new outfit, new posters, a new place where we're podcasting. So, stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on Saturn's Lab. It's still alive, even though it seems kind of dead. But it's because earlier, I just been contemplating a lot of things. Talking to my friends, talking to my partner, about the podcast, and realize, a lot of people are very disconnected from one another, and it just seems like everybody's just on their own little bubble, and it's fine. Nothing against that. It's just, just crazy to see all that. But come to realize, that honestly, this is something that I wanted to do as a way to vent, to de-stress, and to just to basically to vent, to put my shit out there, because I feel like almost everybody has shit going on in their brain. My mind is always racing, and it always helps to talk it out. But I feel like I'm always bombarding my partner or, friends or something about shit that probably is not even interesting or stupid as fuck. But things like religion, I love religion, and a lot of people might be like, what? Because they know I'm a avid atheist, but I love religion because it's something to talk about. It brings up conversations, and it gets you thinking, right? It's not just simply about sports and movies. Don't get me wrong, I love watching movies and stuff like that, but I feel like movies also is kind of well, I guess you can get more into it too, when there's deep movies. It's not just really superhero movies and shit like that. But I really like religion. I love politics. I love talking about the brain, drugs. Sex is one of my big things too, because um, I feel like most of our generation, I don't know if it was very shut down on drugs and sex, dare and abstinence and shit like that. Um, Compared to other countries, when most of our lives we just were grown and accustomed to thinking this country has it all, knows it all, the best education and everything. But then you come to realize other countries are far more advanced in uh, everything. So when you see it that way, and you see other countries talking about um, drugs and what it actually brings to the table, and less addiction, less homelessness, shit like that. You start putting two and two together, and you realize shit, maybe the way we're going about it is wrong. And I do honestly believe that, because I feel like it's not talked about. And I feel like Dare is one of those programs who is one of the best examples, because it was don't do drugs, don't even question or anything like that. And I'm not saying do drugs, but I'm saying instead of explaining how drugs work and actually being knowledgeable about it, it could a lot of things could have been avoided, because I guess the stats show during the time with Dare, a lot of people were more prone or more interested in drugs, because it's kind of when you tell kids don't do this, don't do that, they want to do it all, so they want to do that. And there's a lot of proof of that, there's a lot of, I'm not just talking out of my ass, but this is actually things you could look up and look for yourself, that during that time it went up. And I feel same thing with sex, abstinence, shit like that, and as far as with my parents, it was, I don't even remember them having a conversation with it. I had to learn from it, from school, from friends, and it was just as you go. And I feel like if you actually educate, people about it, we can actually be safe and know more about it, instead of being some subject that is very weird to talk about, or um, wrong to talk about, because there's nothing. It's nature, it's something we all do for the most part. And so I feel these are things that I really, really want to talk about. And I'm not here with an agenda to be like proving one side or the other. I'm just here to question things. I'm just here to talk about things that really interest me, or things that are going through my head, or maybe I have questions for other people, or maybe they're educating me too, and vice versa. I wanna I wanna learn. I wanna have discussions. I wanna have debates. I wanna have all these type of things, but in a healthy way, right? Like I don't wanna be arguing and throwing shit around. I feel like this is a perfect setting to just let it all out. And we're from the valley. We're from the San Fernando Valley. I forgot to say that so many fucking times, and I've been wanting to say that we're from the San Fernando Valley, A1A baby, yeah. And wanted to rep that because I really want to promote the San Fernando Valley businesses too, restaurants, little mom and pop shops too, because I really, I really like them, And there's a lot of hidden gems over here, and I don't know if I should say them because I really don't want to burn them out, but I also want them their business to like flourish. So, if you have any shout outs, just hit me up, hit us up, let us know. Stay tuned. And I think that was pretty much it. But before I let you guys go, just a little quick background on me because I don't want to be always repeating myself on every podcast when I have people over about my background and stuff like that. Um, I am not religious, but I have nothing against religious people. I love people for the most part. But I do have this I don't know if it's a grudge, or I just have this no, not a grudge. It's more like I don't know, a disdain, or like a bad taste in my mouth when I see like very like smart people or good people that are um religious and try to push their religion down my throat. I don't like that. Um, I don't like condescending people who are just because I've been called that before and I know how that feels. Because I've learned the hard way. I'm not perfect. I made mistakes. I've been told things where it's like, oh, you act like you know everything. Um, and it's not like I try to come across like that at all. It's just I like researching and I like studying things. So when people bring things up, I might know some things, but it doesn't mean I know everything. Um, so if we're gonna get into religious like debates and stuff like that, like please be open minded and please don't try to like, oh, you know what? Who cares? Just do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't give a shit. Because I've made mistakes in the past where I've been like a super militant atheist and I was just like attacking people and like their beliefs and stuff like that. And I don't want to be like that. I'm more like like questioning things and just more like how do you know and stuff like that. But I come from a religious background, as most Latinos do. I was raised Catholic. I was indoctrinated as a Catholic. I did my baptism, my primera comunión. I would go to church. I would get the hostia. I would do it all. Okay, so it's not even like I wasn't religious. I actually did believe. Wholeheartedly, and was scared for my life to go to hell. And I think it's something that people should talk about too. That's a fucking trauma. Like religion is a trauma. Uh, um, but yeah, I was Catholic, indoctrinated. I believe for most of my life. Well, when I was like a teenager, I started more like rebelling, so I started questioning more things. But I always like to fuck around, so like I remember fucking around about religion and or Jesus on the cross and stuff like that, and I felt like, oh shit, like I felt bad, But then as I got older, I started realizing like why shouldn't we make fun of things like that, And you look more into it, and they tell you not to question religion. They tell you not to. So my deconversion started with more of a questioning thing. It wasn't an easy process. I'm not saying it was like from one day to another, but it was more of a questioning my own beliefs, questioning my religion, the people that I saw that were religious and good people. Um, and then going into a world where there was all different types of religion, and thinking to myself like, damn, so these people are not gonna go to heaven, so they're gonna be burning in hell. I didn't like that. Also, I always fucking feared for my life, thinking that the demons were gonna get me at night because of uh, thoughts that were going into my head, because God sees everything. But we'll talk about more of that later, when I have my religious guests over, and we can talk about our own experiences. Um, but even my mom, like, I remember growing up, like learning about more things on religion and questioning things, and I would bring them up to my mom, to the point where even she herself was like, "Damn, that's true," and she stopped calling herself like a religious person, but she still believed in a God, and I completely understand that, and that's another topic. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, y'all. I mean, this is just a little teaser to get y'all going, and imagine I'm just talking to myself and shit. Is all I'm the only one watching this video. That's crazy, huh? So just to keep you guys like updated and let you know that I'm still gonna keep it going. For how long, I don't know. I don't have a set plan. I don't have a set agenda. I just want to have a life where, or a podcast where just going with the flow. No set thing. No time restrictions or agendas or fucking plans, to talk about this or to do that or going this way and that way. I'm just seeing where the universe takes us. So yeah, welcome to 2024, and thanks for joining us. Saturn's Lab 2024, baby. Peace.